In today's video, we're going to be talking about training the Piaffe. The Piaffe, a lot of times people think is a very advanced movement, but it's actually a very simple movement that we introduced pretty early on in classical riding. The reason that the Piaffe is such an important exercise is because it teaches our horse to be square in place, because it is essentially the trot in place. So the horse will diagonalize and stay almost in place. It's okay when our horse is learning if they creep a little bit forward. Having this position in place and having the movement teaches our horse that we can control their weight. The horse also has to be very straight in order to Piaffe, and so it teaches our horse to be straight and cadenced and square in motion. The Piaffe, like I said, is actually very simple, and there's a lot of different ways to train the horse to Piaffe. So if one way doesn't work, it's important to have a lot of different tools on other ways to try and get it to work. One of the ways that you can train the Piaffe is just take the horse from a big walk and start to roll that energy up and down. The way that we change the range of the stride in our horse's gait is through the height of the horse's head. So when the horse is very lengthened, their head's going to be lower. As the horse starts to shorten, the head's going to come up. That means that if we want to ask our horse to Piaffe, which is maximum shortening, we're going to want their head to be very high. So we want to have a good half halt in our horse that doesn't block our horse and that stays in the rhythm and the cadence of the Piaffe. If we freeze or overly tighten or don't have good rhythm, the horse will a lot of times stop. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with this horse. So I'm going to ask him just for a regular walk, and then I'm going to start to increase the walk. So notice that his head is a little bit lower, and then I'm going to ask him to come up and tap on the top of the hind to ask him to shorten. So if his cadence isn't quite right, which it wasn't there, he actually did almost a little bit of a canter depart. I just need to use my aids to position him and emphasize the diagonals so that they're even. What I mean by that is, say his hind swings this way, well then I'm going to need to do a direct rein to get him to straighten back out. Say he likes to push more on the left diagonal, well then I want to accentuate the right diagonal, so I would use my whip on the left hind more. So again, I just start my cadence through quick little half halts. So the first phase of the half halt is that the horse raises their head. So when I want my horse to Piaffe, there we go. When I want the horse to Piaffe, I just ask him to elevate. And I think about doing quick little half halts. So the difference between doing a half halt to ask him to stop and a half halt to ask him to shorten, which Piaffe is essentially just asking our horses to shorten more and more, is going to be the tempo and how much half halt that I do. So again, I'm just going to take him into a bigger walk. Notice that the head is low, and then I'm not going to force the head up. I'm just going to invite him to raise his head. So I can just do this on a single rein. So right now I'm doing it on my left rein. So I ask him up, 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 and then I ask him to keep his tempo going. Now, it may not be perfect, as in sometimes he doesn't diagonalize quite right, and sometimes his nose comes a little bit out, but that's okay. We're here to show you the process of training him to Piaffe, that if I try to force the Piaffe, it's not going to happen. If I use any sort of backwards force with my reins, he's going to camp in the hind legs. And so if he camps in the hind legs, I'm not going to be able to bring them under, which is one of the things that I need to get him, there we go, to Piaffe. So I can't block him in any way. There we go. Now, it may not have as much animation and action as like the ones that you see in the show ring, but that's okay. The important thing is to work on shortening the walk, getting the diagonalization without using any sort of force, and then you can add a little bit more action. There you go. Does your horse feel spooky, explosive, or even a little off? Maybe you're stuck, frustrated, or wondering if you'll ever reach the level you're dreaming of, or if you need a different horse. From horses that blow up, feel inconsistent, or come up just sore, to riders who feel stagnant or are unsure what's missing, these challenges aren't random. They're signs of misunderstanding, not failure. In our online course, you'll learn how to truly listen to your horse, understand their biomechanics, and recognize what their body and behavior are telling you, so you can train with clarity instead of confusion. This is how you build real harmony, partnership, and confidence. Unlock your horse's potential and your own. Join our online membership or purchase our Harmony in Hand course today. You'll find the links in the description and in our bio. The important thing to work on when you are training Piaffe is just to start to learn how to shorten your horse and start to collect them without using force. So when you are first learning, your Piaffe might be very slow, or it might just be you starting to shorten the horse, but that's okay. You can build on that, and that will start to get our horses not only to do Piaffe, which is super fun, but also get them to learn how to straighten and diagonalize and have all the added benefits that Piaffe does besides having fun.